From the Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Dale and Scott.
Dale, I got something to say.
What's that?
I got something to say. So it's not on our script, but there are two new things came up since we made this, since I wrote this script. And I'm very excited about it. Well, no, I'm actually kind of upset about it. So we just heard, just a few minutes ago, that the Beatles Love Show, the Cirque du Soleil show at the Mirage, is closing July 7th. I'm so fucking sad about that.
It's sad.
15 years, man. 15 years this show has been going on. It is, if you guys haven't seen it, boo to you. Boo to you, because it is literally one of the best shows I've ever seen in Vegas. Would you agree?
I would agree, and I am the one that when you say the name Beatles, like, oh, I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not a fan.
Right. You don't have to be.
But you don't have to be, and I think people who are in my boat go there, and it was like, oh, I realized more songs than I thought I did.
Well, of course. Of course. They're iconic. They're iconic. They are the Beatles. But the show, for one, it doesn't matter if you are a big fan of the Beatles or not. The show is friggin' amazing. I mean, it's in the theater in the round, the theater, the stage is in the middle, and what do you call it? The seats are all the way around.
Yeah.
Is that called theater in the round? I think that's what that's called.
The hell if I know? You made that up.
I don't know if I made. No, I didn't make it up.
It's a round theater.
It's a round theater. We've always had really great seats. We've always been a couple seats away from the stage, and it is an amazing show. And literally, while Dale was taking a nap today, I bought tickets to June show. So we're going one more time. It'll be my sixth time. I think it'll be Dale's third, right? Third for you?
Third or fourth. I can't remember.
It's pretty amazing. I'm so glad we're going to see it again. I don't understand why the Hard Rock, who now owns the Mirage, is canceling this show, because it is friggin' one of the best shows in Vegas. If you guys are listening to this show and you're coming to Vegas soon, buy tickets to Love. It is friggin' amazing. I think it's one of the best shows in Vegas, honestly. So this is episode 420, and it's too bad that we're 10 days early. Today's the 10th, not the 20th, right?
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
420. Today is National Siblings Day, so shout out to Laura and Tracy.
Boo.
They happen to be our siblings. It's also National Farm Animals Day.
Hello, Laura and Tracy.
Tomorrow's National Pet Day.
Hello, Charlie and Six.
And it's also National 8-Track Day.
Why is that a thing?
I have no idea. I love this. So we're going to skip around here a little bit. I want to talk to you guys about, Monday. Maybe you were part of it. I don't know if you're listening in that central area of totality where the eclipse happened on Monday. We were not part of it. I literally went outside and saw nothing. I think here in Vegas we had about, I think it was 35%.
It got a little. Like it got a little shady.
It got a little shady. There was really nothing to see. Nothing to see. But I know that a lot of folks in the United States got to see a pretty cool total eclipse of the heart.
The major news network dedicated like 2 to 2.5, almost 3 hours of news.
They broke into soap operas and game shows.
Yeah.
Soap operas and game shows were
For like 3 hours because they were across the whole thing.
I know. It's crazy. The moon covered up the sun, and it's national news. Anyway, what are you going to do with all those eclipse glasses that you bought? Well, we know what you should do with them. What you should do with them is mail them to Brazil.
Yes. This is actually a cool thing.
I'm actually serious about this. We're going to put the address up on our website. You're actually going to mail them to Provo, Utah. And the people in Provo, Utah are going to make sure they get to the kids in Brazil, because Brazil is going to have an eclipse in October of 2024, later this fall. And the kids in Latin America could really use your eclipse glasses, which you can't use again because there isn't going to be another eclipse in the United States until, what is it?
It's 2040,
2044?
Something, yeah. Just 20 years from now.
You'll be dead by then. So send your eclipse glasses to Provo. They will send them to the kids that need them down in Brazil. I'm going to put the address that you guys should send this to. It's a P.O. box in Provo. Hopefully, the people in Provo will actually do what they say they're going to do.
Well, they better.
They better. I mean, they're going to get hundreds of thousands. I want to talk about space junk. This is so fun. See this picture, Dale?
Well, it's kind of fun.
Kind of fun. So, this guy, his name is Alejandro Otero. He lives in Naples, Florida. A couple days ago, an object flew through his roof at a speed, God knows how fast it was going. Right. It must have been going pretty fast because it went through his roof, through the first floor, through the second floor, all the way down to the bottom. It will reverse that. Second floor, then the first floor. Yeah. Luckily, no one was hurt. But this object just jettisoned from space into his house. His son was home. Luckily, no one was hurt. It's believed to be a used battery that was jettisoned from the International Space Station. So when he found this object in the house, he knew, well, it came from somewhere. Right? It came from space, or it came from somewhere up above his house. So he called NASA and he emailed NASA and he got no response. No response at all from NASA.
Well, would you answer the phone? Right?
He left messages. He sent emails. He got no response. He's like, dude, there's a thing in my house. I don't know where it came from, and it doesn't look like anything. So he got on social media and he's like, help me, social media people. I need help with this. And the NASA people saw his post.
Good.
So they sent a team. They recovered this device. They believe it is a battery, a used battery from the International Space Station, but they're not sure. They're gonna take it off somewhere and test it. But it's interesting, though. Who is responsible for paying for the damage to Alejandro Otero's house?
Right, because this is a man-made thing. It's not like a meteorite that hit his house. So
it turns out, we did a little research here at the Swish Edition. It turns out that there's actually a law on the books that says that if it is something that is man-made and it falls onto the earth and it does damage and it was from American satellite or International Space Station, that NASA's responsible for it. So they're going to pay for it. They're going to pay for the damage. If it was from Japan or Sweden or whoever else, India, whoever else puts satellites up in the world, they would be responsible for it. Now, it turns out that if it's alien, no one's responsible. There will be no repercussion. What's the word? Repercussions?
Cushions, yeah.
You will not get. I mean, I don't even think State Farm is going to cover that.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're still waiting to hear the official word from NASA whether or not this is the depleted battery that they think it is. Apparently, the International Space Station recently jettisoned 5,800 pounds of used crap that they didn't need anymore. And they thought it would burn up in the Earth's atmosphere. All of it didn't. Some of it ended up in Alejandro Otero's house in Naples, Florida.
I wonder if that's going to make them, take a second thought before they just let shit go.
But you know what? This is... How many times have we talked about this just recently, Dale? You got to be careful about shit falling from the sky. There is so much stuff up there. Given Elon Musk has how many now? Thousands and thousands of satellites. There's thousands of satellites that have been roaming around the Earth for decades now, and they're all falling to Earth. And add that the planes from the 737 Max, right? The jettison doors.
Yes, the doors.
Things could fall into your backyard. I think basically everyone should just stay the fuck inside. Stay inside, guys.
We're going to need steel houses.
Yeah, you need a steel roof. Are you safe? Are we safe? I don't feel... Right now, we're taping this show on the second floor of our house. Something could fall upon us.
Yes.
It's scary. Airplanes fly above our house
all day long.
Every 30
seconds.
Every 30 seconds. God, no, it's spirit. It's spirit. I'm worried about spirit.
Oh man.
All right, you want to change gears?
Mm-hmm.
Wheel watchers. Are you a wheel watcher, Dale?
I used to be.
It was just announced that Pat Sajak's final air date will be June 7th. That will be the Wheel of Fortune season 41 finale, and that will be the last time you'll see Pat Sajak hosting the show. Apparently, he taped the final episode on April 5th, which was yesterday.
That's a lot of freaking shows to pre-tape. If he did it on April 5th, and so they got 2 months worth of shows.
Oh, sorry, not yesterday. 5 days ago. 5 days ago.
But they still have like 2 months worth of shows ready to go.
Oh, we're going to talk about that in just a second. So, as you guys know, Ryan Seacrest is going to take over as host and executive. I didn't know this. He's also going to be executive producer of the show for season 42. And he's going to be making $28 million a year.
It's disgusting.
To host
disgusting
Wheel of Fortune. The highest paid TV host of all time.
But that guy can't not do wrong.
No,
he's a great host.
No, he's done it all.
He's a great host.
He will continue to do it all. Vanna White is going to continue on for 2 more years at least. And it's said that she secured a big pay raise. She was making $3 million a year for the last 18 years, but she's now reportedly going to be making $10 million a year. So $10 million for Vanna, 28 for Ryan. That's 38 right there.
It's America's game, man.
Yeah.
And how come I didn't know Vanna White until like a week ago was a Playboy model?
Naked?
It's Playboy.
Was she naked?
Well, the picture I saw, she wasn't naked because it was on the internet.
Vanna White.
Or in a news article.
Vanna White is 66. Ryan Seacrest is 48. He could do this for years. $28 million a year. I'd do that.
Damn.
Let me tell you what their schedule's like. This is crazy. The show is only taped every other Thursday and Friday. So basically 4 days a month. They tape 6 episodes each day. So 4 days of work for a month's worth of episodes. That's it.
That's fucking amazing.
That's all they have to do. 4 days a month.
Fucking amazing.
$28 million. Well, how can I be Ryan Seacrest? How can I be Ryan Seacrest? That's a great job.
I think so.
6 episodes a day? They're only 30 minutes. That's easy. Easy, right?
Well, yeah, you just call out fucking letters and say if it's there or not.
They got to change their clothes several times.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah. Sony Television reportedly makes over $100 million a year from the show alone from syndication, but that doesn't include merchandising and the slot machines. And we know the slot machines are everywhere.
It's one, I believe if I read it right, Wheel of Fortune's up there, but I understand it to believe that the Buffalo, any variation, just the franchise of Buffalo slot machines, are number one. But Wheel of Fortune's in like the top 5.
It's got to be, and they're always winning.
Yeah,
they're always winning, and they're always the huge jackpots, like $100,000, $1 million.
But you know what? You don't see Pat Sajak. You only ever see Vanna White.
I don't think Pat lent his image.
He's stupid.
Yeah.
He's stupid.
He could have made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with each passing day, artificial intelligence is in the news. Dale and I just saw this story on 60 Minutes this past Sunday. They were doing a story about mental health and all these AI apps that are being used to help people. You know, why am I so sad? You know, that kind of thing, right?
You know.
They're trying to help people. I don't know that I love this. It's scary to me. It's very scary to me, this AI stuff. We've talked about that before on the show. I was reading Elle Decor magazine a couple days ago. It's one of my favorites. I get it. I actually get the actual magazine in the mail. And they actually advocated for the use of AI for interior designers. They could say, oh, show me a rustic cowboy room.
See, I think that's where it's genius.
Is
you
it?
could do something like that.
Is that?
Well, yeah, because I am a person that you show me a blank room, I see a blank room.
You can't see the potential.
No.
See the potential. But isn't that what interior designers are supposed to do? Aren't they supposed to see the potential?
Yeah, but I'm not. So if I can do it on my own with the help of AI, I can do it.
A group of over 20 artists signed a letter this past week against predatory AI. They included Billie Eilish, Nicki Minaj, John Bon Jovi, Katy Perry, Stevie Wonder. How did Stevie Wonder sign the letter? They said the enormous potential to advance human creativity is great. Yeah, that's fine. But we're also worried about companies using their original work to train artificial intelligence models to eventually replace human musicians altogether. And I can see that.
Yeah.
If you got Billie Eilish's voice or Nicki Minaj's voice or John Bon Jovi's voice, and you can replicate it and make new songs, what stops Sony Music or Columbia Records from creating new music without Billie Eilish and Nicki Minaj?
Well, I think that's the thing that they're arguing for now, is in the new contract.
They need to stop that.
Right.
It's not great.
Right.
It's scary.
But
it's very scary.
But you can go on TikTok right now and hear fake songs that, if you didn't know better, you was like, holy shit.
I think, wasn't there recently a Drake song that was completely made up?
I heard about that, but the only one that I actually listened to was there was a Taylor Swift song, and it sounded great. Like, I'd want to buy it, save it to my library.
It's wrong.
It was wrong.
It's wrong. ChatGPT, which is probably the most popular AI chat option out there, revealed that they've developed a new AI tool that is able to generate a realistic clone of someone's voice from a 15-second audio clip. So they could literally take a clip of me talking here on the Swish Edition and create a whole show out of my voice, Scott Wallace's voice. Right?
Yes.
The company noted the risks voice cloning technology presents and says that the tool has not been released to the public at this time, but it will be released soon. That's the whole problem with this whole thing. They've generated it. It's going to be released. And it's a huge, huge problem, people.
Right. And you know what the problem is going to be is like...
I see 80,000 problems.
It was like
with
almost probably 5 years ago, 6 years ago now, my grandmother got a phone call saying that I was in trouble.
Yeah.
And that I
needed money.
I needed money in order to get out of whatever problem they said they have. I wasn't in trouble.
So scary.
But if they could generate my voice and I could have a fluent conversation, I could certainly see how that could be convincing.
And somebody could be duped.
And you can send anything you want.
I love this, though. Tennessee has recently enacted the Elvis Act. I love that Elvis Act. It's a law making it illegal to use someone's voice or likeness without their permission.
Perfect.
How come we're not doing that on a federal level? It's the Ensuring Likeness, Voice, and Image Security Act of 2024.
It's because it's so new and it happened so fast.
Yeah.
There
are several federal acts in the works, but you know how long it takes to make federal acts active?
Right. It takes a long time.
Not everyone's happy about this, though. There's a lot of people out there, civil libertarians, and people think that maybe this is a problem, especially comedians and impressionists who believe that it could hurt their livelihoods. If you're not allowed to get up on stage and mimic Marilyn Monroe or Jerry Seinfeld, is your livelihood hurt by that?
I think that's something that could be easily solved, as that you see these people while you're visibly in front of someone knowingly that they are not the person that they are representing.
There's one thing if you're on stage pretending to be or acting like you're, I don't know, Bill Clinton, and you're not.
Right.
People can tell that you're not Bill Clinton because you're just doing an impression of him. But if you're putting words into other people's mouths, and this has happened. Just recently, there were robocalls done in Joe Biden's voice that were sent out to people saying, don't go vote today.
Right.
That's dangerous and very illegal.
Yes.
Gayle King from CBS News and Tom Hanks, which we all know from the movies, and other celebrities have been, they've been, what do you call it? They've been used to promote products which they're not promoting.
Yeah, I don't know what you call it, but yeah.
And I would think that Gayle King and Tom Hanks would sue these people. Wouldn't you?
You got to find them first. That's the hard part.
You got to find them. It's scary. It's very scary. I hope that you guys know that what I'm saying right now is the truth, and I'm saying it to you, and it's actually me, and not a robot. Not a robot.
Who would want to fake this show?
Who would want to fake my voice? Scott Wallace said, buy these tampons. I don't know. Oh, Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez apparently is quietly changing her summer tour to a greatest hits tour because this album that we've talked about before on the show, This Is Me Now, tanked.
Told you that thing sucked.
Totally tanked.
Couldn't even watch the fucking movie.
She spent $20 million on that self-financed movie to promote the new album, and it totally tanked. And I feel so bad because I love her so much. I love her so much. But the new stuff is just not great. It's like Madonna and the Madam X shit. It's like, stop being new. Just keep doing what you are supposed to do.
I stopped listening to Madonna over 20 years ago. It's just not good.
Keep doing what you're supposed to do. Stop with the new stuff. Why do music artists want to do new stuff?
Right.
Just stick to what people want.
Especially when you've been in the business for over 20 years, like Madonna. She doesn't need to make another album at all.
Oh, she could just.
And everything she's made from 2000 on has sucked.
She just keep doing the old shit over and over.
And I've stopped listening. I don't listen anymore. Just like Mariah Carey. Sucks.
If Madonna could just sing all the old shit from the 80s and 90s, we'd be fine with that.
She'd make a comeback career, and all she had to do was sing her old shit.
So anyway, Jennifer's going to be here in Vegas on July 20th at T-Mobile Arena. But the problem is the tickets are too expensive. It's $3,800 for a VIP seat. Floor seats are between $300 and $800. I mean, come on. You're charging too much money.
Right. Even if this was a greatest hit store tour from the beginning, I wouldn't pay this money this year. I just don't like her that much.
It's too much. Although a lot of groups lately, we've talked about this a lot on the show, Bruce Springsteen and Beatles and so many others have been selling their catalogs. The newest one is Kiss. Kiss sold their catalog, their brand name, and their intellectual property to a Swedish entertainment group owned by Bjorn. I don't know what his last name is, but he's
I have no idea.
He's the guy from ABBA.
Yeah.
He's a genius because he's like a billionaire. Anyway, Kiss sold their shit to this guy in Sweden for $300 million. The new owner is planning Avatar shows, a biopic, a documentary, and a Kiss experience. I don't know what that means. Gene Simmons said to his fans, don't count us out. This is a collaboration, not a sellout.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what? Because his fan base are older, they're dying. Yeah. And you're not going to get new. So this guy who bought it, I think, got a
what new shit has Kiss put out in the last 20 years?
Exactly.
Nothing.
It was a bad deal.
Apparently, Cyndi Lauper also recently entered into a partnership with the same company and is planning a new immersive performance project that will transport audiences to the New York City she grew up in.
What, the 90s? The shitty New York City?
I don't even understand what that means.
Shitty New York City is from the 90s. That's the one.
But when is someone going to want to buy the intellectual property of the Swish edition? That's what I want to know.
Never.
No, never. I got a spoiler alert. If you guys haven't watched Curb Your Enthusiasm's final finale yet, turn off this podcast. If you do watch it and you've seen it, then I'm excited for you and excited for me. I thought it was perfect. I don't think Dale watched it, but after 12 seasons, it took 24 years to do these 12 seasons. A season every 2 years. It was pretty friggin' amazing. It happened this past Sunday, and if you guys didn't see it, go back and watch it. It was friggin' amazing. The perfect ending of a perfect 12-season show. I loved it. I loved everything about it. And I don't even know that I want to talk about it. I have a lot of things here written down on the thing, but I don't know that I should talk about it.
Because it's so soon. You don't want to be Entertainment Weekly.
I don't want to be that. I don't want to be Deadline Hollywood.
Deadline, that's the one, not Entertainment
Weekly. Always
Weekly.
Fucking ruin stuff.
Deadline's horrible.
But if you guys haven't seen it, it's so friggin' good. And if you haven't watched Curb Your Enthusiasm ever, then I encourage you to get HBO Plus. What is it called? Max? It's called Max.
Yeah.
And go back and watch all 12. It's one of the best shows of all time. And literally, this is my spirit animal. Larry David is my spirit animal. He is me. I am this guy. I've never learned my lesson. So basically, the whole theme of the show of 12 years is that this guy has never learned his lesson.
Well, it's like he's too old to change.
Too old to change and doesn't give a shit.
Right.
And everything perturbs him and everything pisses him off. And it doesn't matter. He doesn't care. He doesn't care.
Just doesn't care.
And I love that. I love that about him.
That's probably one of the best ways that you could live your life. You just don't care. You don't care what people think. That's the worst thing.
Yeah.
Just don't fucking care what people think.
Yeah. But I have to say this, one of the best lines, if you guys don't know, Leon is one of the characters on the show. He lives with David. And he said about his Aunt Ray, he said, "That's my auntie right there. She carries candy in her bra. If we're all lucky, we'll get some of that titty taffy." Titty taffy.
You had to be there.
You had to be there.
Break it down.
Get swishy with it. Swish edition.
Got a few Vegasy things here. Love. The Beatles' Love. We just found out yesterday.
We're not talking about this again.
And it's closing at the Mirage July 7th. Gotta go. You gotta go. Come to Vegas before July 7th to see the show. It's one of the best shows in Vegas. Cirque du Soleil. So great. We also learned this past week that we're getting a new airport.
Hooray.
Las Vegas is on track to get a new airport down near Primm, which is as about as south as you can go before you get to California.
Like 25, 30 minutes.
Yeah. Think about if you were in D.C., it would be Dulles. Supposedly, they're going to use this airport for international flights and cargo, like Dulles was supposed to be before they decided to fly to Cleveland.
Yeah, you can't do it when your people want to go.
Dulles is totally not what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be cargo and international, and then they made it into a national airport.
Yeah, and then look how busy it is.
It's busy.
Look how busy BWI is.
Yeah.
And look how busy Reagan is. You got 3 airports within like 2 hours of each other, and they're packed constantly.
The airport here in
It's probably one of the most busiest flying regions in that 2-hour span.
Dale, do you know what the busiest airport in the United States is?
Atlanta. No.
It's Atlanta.
Oh, I was actually going to correct myself and say Denver.
No, it's Atlanta. Yeah, it's Atlanta. But Las Vegas is up there. We had 55.7 million passengers last year.
Damn.
That's a lot. And they're not connecting. They're coming here. You don't come to Vegas to connect. You're coming to Vegas.
No, it's not a connecting place. It's not a hub for anything other than Southwest.
Yeah.
But I don't know where you'd be connecting to.
It could be before the mid-2030s before this new airport is operational because, of course, the next stage is the environmental impact study, which will take fucking... I'm sure there's a fucking turtle or a pheasant or a roadrunner out there.
You make fun of that, but it could be a serious thing. I mean...
Is it?
Well, we've pretty much taken up a whole valley, an entire valley. How many thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of square miles?
We need it.
You don't tell me that we didn't probably
disrupt some animals.
Hiccup, disrupt.
I'm sure we
wipe
did.
Out some entire population of animals that lived in the valley.
We were just talking.
Of course, we did.
We were just talking about this a couple of days ago. We were looking in our backyard at our trees and our bird bath, and we're looking at robins and pheasants or whatever the fuck we have in our backyard. These animals and these birds that would never, ever have been here if it wasn't for us.
Well, I don't think they're looking for those types of things. They're looking for native things.
There was no robins in the Vegas Valley before we came and built houses and ponds and pools.
No, they came here on a boat.
Excited that Heart is coming to the Fontainebleau on December 15th. I love Heart. I cannot believe that the Wilson sisters are still singing and active, and they still sound amazing. I don't like the Fontainebleau, and I don't want to go there, but could I go for Heart? I think I might. What else is in December? You said the big country guy is coming in December.
George Strait.
Isn't he like 100,000 years old?
He's coming on D-Day.
December 2nd?
7th?
2nd? 7th?
7th.
Is that D-Day?
Yeah, December 7th.
I don't think so.
The day that will live in infamy. Come on. I
don't know.
I'm telling you.
Is it?
Okay.
Also, we also learned this week that you guys probably heard that the Tropicana is now closed. Is it iconic? I don't know if it's iconic or not. But the Tropicana did close last week for the last time on April 2nd. And it's going to be torn down. But It turns out they can't tear it down right away. They found that the entire place is full of asbestos.
Oh, no.
And all the asbestos needs to come out before they can tear down the building. So it's going to cost Bally's millions and millions of dollars to pull that asbestos out. You can't knock down a building that has asbestos in it.
Then they go everywhere. So I was wrong. It's not December 7th isn't D-Day.
Oh,
That's just National Pearl. That's just
which day is D-Day?
June 6th.
June 6th.
Why didn't I know that?
I don't know, but that was kind of funny that you were getting mad at me for getting it wrong, and then you got it wrong.
Whatever.
Mother's Day is 32 days away. Have you guys planned what you're going to do for your mom? You got 32 days to figure it out.
I think she's had enough.
Your mom's had enough?
A Mother's Day? Yeah.
Hey, if you guys like our show, you should subscribe and follow it, and also leave us a great review on Apple Podcasts. That would be very helpful for us. That's all I got to say.
Hooray!
What do you got to say?
I got nothing.
What do you got to say for yourself, Dale?
See you next time.
All right, bye. I think it's one of the best shows in Vegas, honestly.